Hi, hello there. Welcome back and welcome to my channel, the Shawl Knitter Unplugged. Thanks so much for coming to join me today. It's Monday, the 8th of August, and I am not in my usual place of residence. I've been on a knitting retreat with a dear friend of mine, Lenka. And tomorrow is the last day of the retreat, actually, which will be 9 days. What an incredible luxury it has been to have time spent with your best yarny friend, knitting and chatting and watching podcasts and knitting some more and lying in and going to wine farms and just having a lovely, relaxing time. Honestly, I've got a bit of competition right now. We've got the hardy-dars outside the window. Sorry for that. But yeah, it's made such a difference to me. I feel totally relaxed, and actually today I'm just full of new creative ideas, which is such fun. I feel like I'm renewed and that it's really done me a lot of good just to take myself away and be in a lovely supportive environment in the country, and to share it with my dear friend, and also to do quite a lot of cooking, which is the other thing that I really love doing. So we've been eating very well, we've been sleeping very well, we've been knitting very well, we've just been having a great time. But yes, I decided to wait. I'm a bit late today, but I was waiting for a very special package which only arrived an hour ago. And actually, it's been a week of wonderful surprises, I must say. I've managed to receive two online parcels while I've been here, and made a lot of progress with my knitting. So what I'm busy holding in my hands and knitting right here now, it is upside down, but I'm nearing the rib of the West Knits Garter Marla cardigan, and it's looking really gorgeous. I'm so happy with it. It's such fun. As you may know, or maybe you don't know, this started off as a scrappy mold blanket that I was doing, and while knitting the blanket I was just saying to myself, this is just too lovely to be a blanket, so maybe I will knit it and then I will unknit it and make myself a lovely sweater. So as it so happened, Stephen West came out with the Garter Marla cardigan, so I frogged the blanket into some lovely cakes just as they were knitted, so it's a lovely surprise. I have them here in my trusty Ziploc bag with a hole, which works very well, and I started knitting, and it's progressing beautifully. I've made some changes to the pattern. You know, I feel particularly with this pattern, for me, the great excitement was actually finding a design that was specifically written for marling and for holding yarn double, because that's exactly what I had. I had all this marled fingering weight held double together, and so I started out on it. I soon came to realize that the actual design of this cardigan does not really excite me so much. It's very a basic style. It's quite a preppy style, actually, and very sort of straight with a high neck, and it's lovely, but it also struck me as being quite masculine. It looks gorgeous on Stephen, of course. So I've made some changes, and I'm still making some changes. I'm going to make it quite long, really sort of mid-upper thigh length with some slits. And yeah, I'm going to do something different with the sleeves. Today I've had 3 different ideas. But first of all, I thought I would just make the sleeves in stocking stitch, as the body is in garter. But I'm actually going to do it in quite a broad rib and make the sleeve sort of quite loose and straight. And so that's a real cardigan. I want to wear it over, you know, over other garments and polar neck sweaters and stuff like that. So I don't want such a fitting one. So it's very exciting. Not only am I coming across with my exciting colors, I'm also changing the design, and I'm loving that. So whilst I'm loving that, I'm also knitting the massive, absolutely massive Garter Abyss Shawl, also by Stephen West, which is actually a 5-skein fade, moving into over 1,000 stitches. I'm kind of on about 700 stitches section now, but I've put that aside because actually I don't really have a long enough needle. I need a meter cable on my needles, and I only have an 80 centimeter here, and it's just a bit uncomfortable. So I've put that aside, and I've been forging ahead with my Garter Marla cardigan. But today I received some wonderful yarn in the post. A very dear friend of mine, Ronelle, was over in the UK visiting her daughter. She has quite a few shawls of mine, and she wanted me to knit a shawl for one of her family members who could not wear any kind of animal fiber, was kind of had allergic or very itchy, sensitive reactions to wool, mohair, alpaca, any of that. So I said to her, great, you can pick me up some beautiful cotton when you're in the UK. We do have cotton here, but there are some wonderful cottons available. And so, yeah, we worked it out. I said, and while you're about it, won't you get me some yarn? So she very kindly offered to do that. And wow, have I been spoiled. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to be making. I'm going to show you the yarn and what I'm going to be making with it. And yeah, I'm not a monogamous knitter. I knit quite a few things at once. But right now I'm sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place because I've got lots of ideas for the Garter Marla. And yeah, I also want to start on the cotton shawl simply because I really want to see how this cotton is going to work. I don't normally use cotton, and I've been wanting to, but I think this is probably a much better quality than what we can receive here. So I'm going to show that to you. I also got a lovely skein of speckled yarn from our South African dyer. And so everything's just been coming in, and yeah, I have so many ideas. Sorry, I'm going to have a sip of water. So the first thing I have to do is and I'm looking forward to knitting this. It's kind of a very wide scarf. I hope you can see it's not such a great photocopy, but it's a long piece of textile that you just knit as long as you want, and it's by Hedgehog Fibers. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and it's called Outline. I have knitted this in a serious multicolour rainbow, long, I think it was nearly 3 meters long, and it was so beautiful. It just hung gorgeously. It looked like a stained glass rainbow. I remember hanging it up in my shower, over the shower rail, because that was the highest spot I could manage to drape it without it touching the ground. And it looked absolutely gorgeous. And a dear friend of mine has that, and I see her wearing it, and I really love it. So the brief was A, not to use animal fibers, and B, a bit of a color theme to go with. So she wants to wear it with a black coat or a dark colored coat. So it needs to be a scarf, but a wide scarf, and a kind of wrap scarf. So the colors she said she loved were red, and she loved grey, and either dark charcoal or navy or black to go with it. So I managed to find on the British Wool Warehouse website, which is absolutely fantastic. There's so many different types of wool that you can get there. All sorts: linen, cotton, cashmere, mohair, alpaca. It's a dream. And they have a lot of sales. So, every week one can check, and there's something to be gotten there. But as I am coming to you from South Africa, it's very difficult for us to receive yarn or mostly any kind of products from outside our country without paying very high taxes, customs duties. And because we are so far away from Europe, the transport or the courier costs are very excessive. So I would never been able to do this unless my friend offered to bring it back for me. So what she has brought back for me for the outline is made by DMC, which is a very well-known cotton company. They make crochet cotton and even embroidery cotton. And this is what's called Natura, DMC Natura Just Cotton. That's it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's quite, it's got a lot of plies, probably about an 8 ply. It's silky, silky soft. So this is the red that I'm going to be using. And then there's this lovely color called Graphite, which is a lovely gray. So those two are going to go together. And then the other color is a deep, deep navy. So quite a classic kind of colorway. And I'm looking forward to putting that into those lovely zigzags and holes and chevrons, and I think I'm going to do some color blocking. I'll probably start the one end of the wrap with the dark navy and do quite a long section, and then make sure I end up on the other side with the graphite, and somewhere in between we'll be mixing up the stripes and just having fun with the red and both these colors. So this is absolutely gorgeous. It has 155 meters on 50 grams. It's 100% wool, 100% cotton, and it's really soft. It's not dense. I think it's going to drape and hang beautifully for this purpose. So that was that, and that was lovely. I've got 3 of the charcoal, 3 of the navy, and 2 of the red, so I think I'll have plenty. So I can just string it out until it all finishes. Then my biggest joy is being able to knit the Geo Sweater, which I'm sure all of you know. It's very popular at the moment, and isn't it so gorgeous? Lovely, oversized, gorgeous, big, wide neck. I love that neck. And the color work is done on the bottom of the sleeves and on the body, which is quite nice. It's kind of reversed to how we normally have the patterned yokes. So I'm looking forward to making that for myself, hopefully before winter's over. So this is done in a yarn that we don't really get here, but it's a sport weight, a fingering to sport weight, and a strand of mohair. So I wanted to have a super soft, cuddly, gorgeous, very big oversized sweater. So I have chosen for the top part of the sweater this gorgeous drops alpaca. Now I have lusted after drops anything, never mind drops alpaca. I see it used a lot on different podcasts, and people talk about it. It's very well priced, and it's really gorgeous quality. I'm so excited to have this in my hand. The color is not really showing so well here. It's much more of a burnt caramel rust. It looks very, very orange in the picture. I don't know how to change that, but anyway, I'm going to hold that together with this gorgeous rust Kidsilk mohair, also from Drops. So these two together are just heavenly, absolutely heavenly. You just want to cuddle up to them. That's going to be the top color for the no color work. And in the bottom section, I've chosen very unusual. I'm not seriously into green, but I'm trying to get into green. And I'm loving this. This is again the Drops Alpaca, and it's called Deep Forest Mix. It looks quite flat in the picture, but really, it's a gorgeous yarn. Maybe if I turn it to the light. It's gorgeous. It's got hues of sort of green, turquoise, goldy yellow, and it's got a lovely halo from the alpaca. It's 100% alpaca. A cute little alpaca on there. And it's very soft. And I'm holding it together again with the Drops. A Kidsilk mohair in this gorgeous, again, it's the forest mix. So it's a perfect match for the alpaca. And that is going to be the color work section in the bottom. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is all going to turn out. I think it's going to be really, really interesting and very warm and very soft and very cozy, and oh, so excited. So I just received it an hour ago. It came in this lovely satin bag from Wool Warehouse with their lovely ribbon with the Wool Warehouse label on it. Gorgeous. And yeah, I'm going to be totally spoilt and knit with some extra special yarn that we can't get here. You know, we have really lovely indie dyers doing lovely blends of linen and merino wool, but we don't get very much beyond that. There might be, yes, I've said linen, mohair. We have wonderful mohair in this country, and that I'm very grateful for. But alpaca, we also have some alpaca, but not much. So I'm really looking forward to working with all of that and creating some absolutely fun garments from that. So yes, the other thing that I haven't mentioned is that I'm wearing one of my ranunculi. I guess that's the plural of ranunculus. I'll just get up a little and show you close up. You all know the detail of this. But this is such a wonderful fun garment that I've made. This is the second one that I've made. It's made with Kidsilk mohair, a very bright neon pink, and then a white or a cream speckled lace merino. And I've made it with these 3/4 sleeves. Just the sleeves are just straight with the I-cord bind off. And it's quite short, it's cropped and nice and loose. It's got lots of positive ease. And it's just gorgeous to wear against the skin. As you probably worked out by now, I love soft, fluffy things. So that's what I'm wearing today, just with a little vest underneath it, because one can. It's a gorgeous day. It's probably about 24 degrees centigrade here. We're in the middle of winter, but apparently we are expecting snow this weekend. So that's going to be great fun. So what else did I want to share with you this week? Oh, on Friday, you know, I had such a lovely experience last week. And I met 2 new knitters through a very roundabout way through the internet, which is so wonderful to meet people in person. I had ordered some yarn from our local yarn dyers, Knotty Habit, and Mincy, I haven't met her yet, but she's the wonderful dyer. She noticed that my delivery address was not my usual address. So she asked me if I was visiting in this area, and she said, well, she had a really great friend, yarny friend, who lived in the next village, and so we all phoned each other, and we got together on Friday afternoon with Hilda, and Zelmarie, and Lenka, and myself, and we had a fabulous time connecting and sharing all the things we love and what we love to knit and all the yarns we use, and just, you know, dreaming up a yarny tale, as it were, sitting out on the covered veranda and sipping tea and knitting on our things. And yeah, it was just great fun, and it was really so nice, you know, to actually have that connection followed through to actually meeting, because often we say, oh yes, send me the number, and we never actually do it. But that was lovely. It was really great. And I'm quite sad that I won't be here for very much longer, but I'm sure that, you know, the rest of the ladies will get together. And if they come down my way, or if I next come down here, we'll get together again and have a lovely shared knitting group, because there's really nothing better than knitting with friends who really get it the way you do, you know. This afternoon it was really funny. I was opening my parcel. I went to fetch it from the courier, and Linka's husband was sitting at the table and watching the 2 of us like absolute kids opening this parcel from the UK of wool. And he said, no, this does it. You girls are just totally crazy. And I said, yeah, we are, you know, but the best thing is that knowing that I'm not the only one, that I can share it with another crazy knitter and have such fun. So yeah, that's what we did. We've opened it all up, and now I'm itching to sort of do a swatch with the cotton, because that's the next thing I have to do. But I'm actually on a bus on Wednesday back to where I live. It's about a 3.5-hour ride. So tomorrow's my last day, and one of our other lovely yarny friends is coming around, and we've got sock knitting on the go tomorrow. I shared and taught them sock knitting a couple of years ago, and I think they haven't really picked it up since then. And I have a sock that I want to cast on, so we're going to do some sock knitting. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to pack up all my yarn and garments and clothing and stuff and head on home and have a lovely time. It's been amazing. It's really wonderful. I feel so grateful to have had and to still have at least like 10 days of uninterrupted yarny goodness, watching some lovely podcasts. Absolutely. I've discovered actually through Amy Pelko of The Meaningful Stitch. I don't know if you've watched her. She is absolutely wonderful, a very prolific knitter. She also knits loads of scarves. She recommended a podcast called The Stricker Chick. She lives in Norway, and she's a wonderful young lady who is very brave and confident and launches into her knits. A joy to watch. I'll post that at the bottom of in the show notes. And I just see lying here another lovely present that was brought to me a while ago. A lovely big Stephen and Penelope tote bag from Amsterdam that was given to me by one of my other knitting friends. It's holding my Stephen West Garter Marla cardigan, as it should. A Stephen West project in a Stephen West bag. So, my friends, sorry, that was a rather loud clap. I didn't intend that. I got some new glasses today. I like this luminous green. They're great fun. And yeah, I'm going to leave you. I've got a few shawls. You know, this is the painting stripes on this side. And there we have the abalone shawl. I'll put all those patterns down. And I've got a pile of shawls here. But I think you might have seen them all. And so for once, the shawl knitter is not knitting any shawls presently, although a scarf, a wrap is kind of like a shawl. So I'd love to hear from you. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, you can give me a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you. You can chat to me. Tell me what you'd like to hear. Again, no more tips this week. I'm sorry I'm a bit slack, but actually I'm on retreat. So I will get to it. Don't worry about that. And if you want to ask any questions, please do. And please come back and visit me. I do this podcast weekly, normally on a Monday. In between, I put a few short little videos of what I'm actually busy doing. But I will be here every week updating you with my progress and maybe some little fun facts about my life, about South Africa, and our lovely woolly community we have here. So take care, have a wonderful week. And if you're in South Africa, tomorrow, the 9th, Tuesday of August, is Women's Day. So I'd like to wish you all happy Women's Day. Have a lovely time, take it easy, relax, and have lots of fun. Thank you so much for coming. Bye-bye.